Hello people internet, welcome back to Brakken Landing for another episode of me building this park out. Here, I'm going to give us a quick recap because I haven't done that in a couple episodes. In episode 1, we built our entrance plaza, which I like, very inspired by King Daka's ride area. And then, if you head down this way, in episode 2, the very next day, we built this corkscrew coaster, which is actually like a pretty much just clone of the Carolina Cyclone, so very original. In episode 3, we built this Blitz coaster that I screwed up the time-lapse for, and now the autosave is screwing me over. I love this game sometimes. We had to build a Blitz coaster that I screwed up the video for because I deleted everything, but whatever. In episode 4, we built this Premier shuttle launch coaster, and yeah, I like it. In episode 5, we built this RMC hybrid coaster, which is there. It's a little bit intrusive, I guess. I was thinking about changing this wave turn to a trick track. However, it doesn't really make sense because we have a trick track on episode 6 this coaster, the Gravity Group wooden coaster, or our dueling wooden coaster. So yeah, and then if we go down here to episode 7, we built our B&M floorless coaster, which, yeah, it's giant. It's just chilling there, but you can barely even see it from the area. I love it. In episode 8, we built our Mach water coaster. Yeah, it's a water coaster. It's there. It's just chilling there. I kind of like it. I haven't really looked over here because I don't really care for it. And in episode 9, okay, a little bit ahead of myself. Episode 9, we built our B&M wind coaster, which was last week, which I haven't really done anything to. I finished that episode yesterday. And then we have episode 10. 10. Episode 10. Now, what could this be? Well, please load, it's a giant inverted boomerang. So yeah, we're building a giant inverted boomerang. Now, this is not mine. I am just going to use Theme Park World's blueprint of it. I am going to do a couple modifications though, because right here, I don't like how this is 4 meters long, and it just like stops awkwardly. I'm going to shorten that a little bit. And then I'm going to convert the entire thing to 2 meter. So there will be a little bit of my own, but it's mostly Theme Park Worlds. And we have go-karts. I've never done the go-karts right in this game. It should be fun. And then we're going to have a couple flat rides over here. But yeah, this is all that's left. This entire back area is all that's left. Just about, I think maybe 4 episodes maybe. Including, I don't even know if there's going to be 2 more coasters after the boomerang, but like, because we're going to have one right here, and maybe one right here. Could be the other way around. I don't really know where I'm going to put it. But yeah, we're going to have go-karts. I'm going to make a layout in a minute. But yeah, you're going to see me cut to me doing the 2 meter smoothing now. So I will see you guys in a moment. Okay, so I forgot to hit record when I did 2 metering, so you're just like seeing the ending of the smoothing process. But yeah, but you will see me doing a bunch of building in this. Not really just track work. Not really track work though. So yeah, here's just like quick POV of the unfinished thing. If you want to slow it down, who cares? It's like 7 times speed, so yeah. So yeah, here's what I'm doing. I'm making a evacuation stair on this, which I'm just copying the in-game one for the in-game giant inverted boomerangs, but I don't like it, so I'm just doing it myself because everything must be done myself or it's wrong. Ignore the fact that I'm using a blueprint though. So yeah. So yeah, it's a pretty simple build. I'm just copying down. It's an absolute pain in the butt to do. However, yeah, I'm gonna put this on I'm gonna put the stairway on the workshop, so you guys can download it if you want to do a boomerang and don't feel like spending an hour doing a stairway. But yeah, so what I did notice while I'm doing the 2 meter thing is that for some reason some of the track pieces were 12 meter, and I don't know why the creator did that, because usually he's like the 1 meter type person. He's like always do 1 meter smoothing or else it's not good, which, you know, do what you want, who cares. Like, I don't know, I don't do 1 meter because it takes forever. But yeah, so it's a pretty simple build. I just like I'm using the gray pieces right now. One, because I didn't feel like changing the color, and I didn't know what color it was in real life, so I didn't change it yet. And two, just because that's a ton of work to do, and it's not really a ton of work to do. It's just not something I wanted to do, and it's also just easier to see what I'm doing and what has already been covered in gray. So yeah. It is a little bit janky, but you're never going to go on this. You guys are never going to actually... No one's ever going to look at the evacuation stairs, and if you do, you're kind of weird. Like, why were you looking at the evacuation stairs? So, yeah. Yeah, I haven't actually built the rest of the area yet. I'm still, like... I think I just recorded the second update, which you're about to see, so it's a little bit out of sequence, but whatever. But yeah, so there's not really much to talk about. I'm just like doing support work, and not really support work. Supports are already done, as you can see. This is just I guess catwalk work, or not catwalks. Evacuation stairway work. Or I guess like in real life, this is like more similar to a fire escape on a building. I'm like trying to come up with a term to describe this. The term is evacuation stairs. Whatever. Yeah. So now I'm just trying to get like the actual like fencing up, and it looks fine. I'm fine with it. Looks good, you know. Who really cares? Yeah. So this is episode 10. Next week we're gonna do a dark ride, I think. And yeah, I should probably stop talking because I'm going to end up mentioning it later on. But yeah, so if you guys want to name the dark ride, it's going to be like generic spooky theme. Like, you know, sort of like think Curse of Alton Manor. Never been on it, probably not to spoil it for myself, you know, because I don't really care. Think of that, think of like Houdini's Great Escape, Aggregate Adventure, except like, you know, a little bit more spooky, not of a Vekoma Madhouse. And then, like any other like generic dark ride that's just like meant to be like spooky and scare the crap out of you, because you know who doesn't love being scared the crap out of? And I am like one who gets like very scared. Like I'm like a bit of a wimp when it comes to like haunted houses and stuff. So yeah, but yeah, it's just gonna, like this area of the park, it could be like just generic-ish. It's not gonna be like very themed. Like, you know, we had the very themed pirate area, the very themed, not really, I guess they're not very themed, but like they're like very like themed compared to the rest of the park. It's gonna be like sort of like the it's gonna be like the generic area where we did the shuttle loop, but the entire thing. So it's not gonna be like as themed as Haunted or Jungle Hawk, which we did last week, or even the 2 pirate ghost tours. It's just gonna be a it's just gonna be like a generic area, and I'm fine with that. I might do a little bit of theming for the final coaster, but it's not gonna be like anything extreme. It's not gonna have a storyline. It's just gonna be like a generic area, because it's gonna be like on top of everything. That's the only teaser you're getting. I'm gonna build it in like a few days or so. I just want to have everything else built to see if I can actually fit everything I want in, which I think I can. I think I can fit it all. The thing is, it's gonna have to be like above the paths, and it's gonna be a little weird to do. I'm 100% gonna have to do a forced no loose article policy. So yeah, it's gonna be a little bit weird to get. People would hate it, but you know, who cares? I think I'm gonna do double-sided lockers for most of these though. This ride's not possible to have double-sided lockers, unfortunately, so can't really do that. The wing coaster wasn't possible either, just because by nature of having 2 sides of the station. Actually, I think it was possible. I probably could have, because the queue comes right next to the X-Path. I might retrofit that, because I probably should have double-sided lockers. It doesn't have bins either, so yeah, it definitely needs lockers. I'll add those. I kind of forgot about them. But yeah, the boomerang. I mean, I guess this means technically we have 2. I mean, you can't hear the people talking in the background, but I can, so. But yeah, so the time lapse is almost done. You're just gonna see me lower it down much more, lower it down again, and then the thing's almost done. So yeah, And there we go. Now we're just positioning it, putting it in perfectly, and I think we're done here. So, yeah. Alright, so we now have a layout for the area, and it's actually planned out now in my head. So, right here we have our big boomerang, which now has a catwalk, or I guess not really a catwalk, it's an evac staircase, which all the boomerangs have this, because there's a chance that they valley in the Cobra roll, so they need to be able to be evacuated there. So yeah, just added that in for the realism aspect. Might actually move it back a little bit, just because this is a little bit, might be a little too close. But then again, it's a little close for comfort with that support, so it's fine. It's just a direct rip off of the in-game version. But yeah, and then right here, so actually I'm gonna go look at the layout. So it goes into a vertical spike. So you go backwards, then you get just dropped face down into the station, and then into a massive Cobra roll, which just sort of sits on the sightline perfectly. I really like it. You just like sort of just see the giant Cobra roll and the spikes just sitting there, and you're like, oh yeah, let's go ride the boomerang. Famous last words, except for this one. This one's actually a good boomerang. Yeah, then you can drop down out of the Cobra roll into a really good vertical loop, which you'll notice actually is pretty high off the ground. Like the pull out is like way higher than the entrance to the first half of the Cobra roll. I was gonna say first Cobra roll, but that's not really first Cobra roll because there's only one. Like the first half from the station is a lot lower to the ground than going over it, because it has to go over the station. So yeah, you go into the loop, and then you go into this, which I did make a modification to the right. I'm gonna fix that connector. Don't worry. I changed this piece to 1 meter, so it's still a little weird, but like it's a little less weird because you're not just coasting there. Yeah, then you go back into a spike, which you got pulled all the way to the top. Why is there a bug in my room? Or I guess on my desk, is the best way to put it. But yeah, then you do it all again in reverse. Now this ride I'm not going to say that because that'll be actually a funny joke for later. But yeah, so now we have our go-karts ride. I'm going to detail this. It's going to look nice, but this is probably like what it's most going to look like. The outside's going to be detailed. The inside's really not going to be that much. Because if you look at theme park go-karts, there's not really much to them. They just sort of sit there. They don't really do much. But yeah, you go into a turn, and you go to this little squiggly bit. Then you go to another turn, straight, then turn, little squiggly bit, then turn, more squiggly bits, turning, and then you're back there. So it's a pretty simple go-kart ride. Not having like one of those like wooden support structures that go over itself and have giant helices. That's weird. Then we have our hammer swing. So yeah, it just sits here. It's like it's like almost over the lake, except it's not. Like maybe this arm goes over the lake. This arm definitely won't. It's like a junior version of the one from my track park. Except this is still like just as big. It's the exact same thing. But like it just sits there, and like you can just see it from the jungle area right here. And honestly, just everything just sits so well. It just looks like cluttered there. And like you can also see from the entrance, it just looks like it's just sitting there. And then you just have what's gonna come in here, because it's gonna be crazy. Which I haven't done yet, but I'm gonna do them before the next episode comes out. Actually no, that's a lie. I lied. Next episode is gonna be over here. But yeah, so yeah, the queue line's right here. I might need to extend it a little bit. I think I'm gonna extend this way down that way, so I can just like, you know, make it work. I might have it like go down this way, go down that, and then come back here and then join up that. Go all the way down to the queue line. Just have 3 so we can have more capacity in the queue. You know, this is a pretty low capacity ride. It's a shuttle coaster. It's low capacity by nature. But then again, it does have a pretty big train. Like, what is that? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 32 riders or 32 riders. I don't really know what the capacity is, so I'll flash it on screen if I remember to. But yeah. So right here is gonna be a gift shop. It's gonna be a pretty small gift shop. There's not really gonna be much in it, but yeah. Then you're gonna go around this path. There's gonna be nothing here just besides plants. And then there's gonna be 2 shops right here. I don't know what they're gonna be. One's gonna be, I think one's gonna be an ice cream shop. When was the last time I did an ice cream shop? Besides that one, it must have been this one. Yeah, it was this one. So yeah, that's the closest ice cream shop. So I'm gonna have to put one over here. I maybe like another one in this area because there's gonna be a lot. So yeah, not really much to talk about. The queue line for the now this might be a little, actually no, might not, because this is a pretty like low capacity ride. This is probably an upcharge attraction because like every time there's go-karts are always upcharges. Yeah, but yes, I really love this park. We're getting somewhere. It is almost done. So yeah, I'm gonna cut and get to work. Alright, so it's been about 5 days, I think, and as you can see, a lot has changed. So let's start with the station. So the station for the boomerang's like roof is built up. Just got to do detailing inside it. So this will have the normal like big gates protecting you from hitting it, from getting hit by the train, and then something right here, probably just like fencing there, and then probably just have like, I don't know, something like that. I'm not really sure. And then Don't die fencing is done, so it's just the area is fenced off. Right here might need to have the tall fencing, so you don't run back there like an idiot. Same with right here, but not as much. I'm thinking the front side don't need it. The queue lines are done for all 3 of our attractions here, and it's pouring outside. Wow. Yeah. So the mulch is done, the flooring is done. I've used the same texture as I did for most of Maniac Park, or at least the entrance area, which I'm using a very similar design. The only difference is I'm not using the thick beams. I'm using the thin ones because this one just works better. It also just makes it look a little bit different and not the exact same as the other ones. It makes it look a lot different to like this building. But yes, so I did have to do a little bit of adjustment. That needs floor tile. I had to raise some of the footers and reposition them a little bit just so I can actually fit in the area, but the actual structure is the exact same. Now, the go-karts now have a roof over half of the station, and I actually went to Great Adventure yesterday, so I rode the go-karts for once because my friend wanted to ride the go-karts for whatever reason. But yeah, we rode the go-karts, and I found out that these things need speakers, they need lights, and they need, I think, the one at Great Adventure at least has fencing around it. I think I might add that. But I don't know, because I kind of just want to have it like Forest did. I might actually put like the tall fences around. Then we're going to have like some lampposts inside of it. And I might make the layout a little more compact because, I don't know, I might. Not really sure. This building right here is going to be a gift shop. As you see, we have the Hat's Fantastic. And this building right here is going to be an ice cream store, because I can't resist making ice cream shops in this game. And we have right here, which is going to be an arcade building. It's going to be a little simple one, sort of similar to the one we did for, where is it? This one. It's going to be pretty similar to the one we did for the pirate area, except a little less detailed, because it's going to be very, very, very generic. So I'm thinking about the lore. This area and this area would have been like the only 2 original areas of the park that haven't just been scrapped. Like maybe this area too. There's probably been a quick little expansion, but this main path would have been all original area. These buildings would have been modified from their original form to look a little more themed. This entrance would have been redone completely in one season, or something in the off season for one season. This would have been added, and at some point, like maybe a few years after the park opened, or the day the park opened, this would have been added. I'm leaning towards the day the park opened. But the point is, these coasters wouldn't, this coaster, and this coaster wouldn't have been in the park when they first opened. In fact, I'm pretty sure the only coaster in the park that would be there when that first opened would be the corkscrew. So, the lore is that these buildings, so this set of buildings for the shuttle loop area, and this set of buildings would be original buildings. So I'm thinking I'm actually going to add another building right here and maybe one more right here, just to add a little bit to the area. But like, because I want this area to feel like the coaster, the go-karts, and the hammer swing just plop down there, and ignore that big building. You can guess what that's going to be next week. Well, actually, you can see what it's going to be, but who cares? But yes, so for the go-karts, I put an overhanging station, or an overhanging roof, I guess is the best word to describe it. I did one for the Vekoma launch coaster I did for the showcases, or not the showcases, just the coaster builds. I did one, and the only difference between that and this is that one was curved, and this one doesn't go the entire way over the station. But that's just so I can have, like, if you're not using some of the cars, you can just put them over here. But yeah, these things can run when they're wet perfectly fine. So, and I just realized they put like the electric stuff down here. That's cool. But yeah, the queue line's right here. It's a normal queue line. The one at Great Adventure only has or doesn't even have really a long queue line. Just has sort of like you make your own line, because it's an upcharge attraction. This would almost certainly be an upcharge. And yeah, this will almost certainly be an upcharge attraction. So it doesn't really make sense to have a queue line, especially this big. But the game these things are really popular in game for whatever reason. So I decided to just put the entire thing on. And then, so the boomerang just sort of sits perfectly on the sightline. It just looks giant right there because it's a giant inverted boomerang. Duh. I love this. But yeah, I also have fixed the wing coasters ride area. I think it's double side lockers now, and so now there also has to be an extra sapphire. What the heck is that? We're doing a little bit. Oh wait, that's what it was. That's what it was. I'm so confused. Yeah, I've added the double side lockers in, so it works now. You know, we have bins. You can actually put your stuff down. And yes, so the area is coming together perfectly. You can see how much area of the park this takes up. It's not really that much. The giant inverted boomerangs are pretty compact coasters. All boomerangs are, besides this one. But that's not a normal boomerang. All Vekoma boomerangs are very compact coasters, but these ones take up the most room. So yeah, and since the first update, I have discovered that these things aren't exactly necessary. So having nothing there is just as acceptable as having stuff there. However, I want to have an evacuation there. This is the park, or the type of park that would have that. Like, I know Silverwood doesn't have it, which I'm pretty sure they have a structure, or at least they did have a structure at one point, because it's a relocation from Six Flags Great America, and that had the structure, so it was either scrapped before going to Silverwood, or it was scrapped later on. But for everything, it's not there on Aftershock. I don't know why. But yeah, so I'm going to cut to done, and when you see the area next, it will be done, as I just said. Let's go. Alright, people of the internet, another week, another coaster is done, as I like to say now. And this build has been fun to put together. I did take a little bit of a break to go play the new Fortnite season, because I'm weird and want to take a break from the game, because I've been playing this game non-stop for like the past month, just to finish this part. But yeah, we now have the giant inverted boomerang in the park, which, let's go to the queue line. Uh-oh. Guess it's like every other boomerang on the planet. Or else the giant inverted boomerangs, at least. But we don't care. The name is not permanent, guys. It's just for a throwaway joke. The name was just for a throwaway joke, because I wanted to use the sign. But yeah, so if you want to name this thing, you can do that. I don't really care. But yeah, we're going to go into the queue line now. We're going to go down this way, because we don't care about that. I'm actually just going to quickly put this on test mode. That didn't happen. You didn't see anything. But yes, you just go right up to the giant boomerang. It's awesome. It's just right there. Just huge. Just chilling there. And I did change the color of the trains. Now the trains are now the exact same colors as the one that used to be at Six Flags Over Georgia, which now sits, I think, in Brazil in a field or something, in a garage or something. I don't really know. But yeah, once you get to the station, you see it's very boring, like all of them. So yeah, there's not really much you can do with the station. So yeah, but right here is our gates. So yeah, so these would have like walls up, so you can't go in front of their gates. You like can't physically go there. And there's a test dummy, so which this is that human height. Where? I think it's about to come back into the station. Up there it is. But yeah, so the real ones have like doors in front of this, so you can't actually get hit by the train. Which I decided to do the UK laws and just put the air gates in front of those. I don't think it's a rule in America, but I decided to do it anyway just for safety. But yes, look at this. It looks awesome. The trains are literally the exact same as Six Flags Over Georgia's. But yeah, over here, and we're on top of the station. Awesome. Let's just teleport back over there. Fly my way back over there. But yeah, so you do need to have, I put fans right there, lights everywhere. Just want to make this thing look a little bit nice. And then, so yeah, right here we have lights, then we have fans, then we have the bins, because there's no lockers for this one. You'd 100% be told, you cannot take anything on this ride. You'd lose it, but, because you'd lose everything. You'd lose your items if you go on this ride with them. So you'd be told, put them in the bin, and even like maybe like Wonder Woman, the Frisbee's Accurate Adventure, they come around to check like just visibly check your pockets to see if we have anything in them. So yeah, they'd probably just tell you, put your stuff in the bin, don't be an idiot. But yeah, and it's about to come down into the station. Just fly right past you. So yes. Now, the ride foot is right here. I forgot to put a little name on it. I have not done it. They're just the same thing as the other ones, you know. I've been doing it. I'm going to go back and retrofit all of these, just specifically the, this one and this one need to be changed. Because this one's way too big. It looks good, but it's way too big. And this one's also way too big. Look at this. You do not need 12 meters of space in there. Don't know what I was thinking. But yes, so let's start with the arcade next. So, yeah, just a normal arcade. I put some lights in just to make it look nice, but yeah, I really like this one. I did give it a sign this time. Then down this way we have a gift shop, which I have been trying to do the Giant Boomerang colors, which looks good. I think it works. Just a normal gift shop. You know how I do my gift shops. I just have some stuff and I plop it down in there. Then we have an ice cream store, which I literally just plop down all my stuff for the ice cream shops and basically just like reorganized it a little bit, which it works perfectly. Right here we have our hammer swing, which is custom, like walled off. Like this is the exact same as I did in Maniac Park. Let's not lie. But yeah, this one's a little bit different because I did use the in-game fences, just because I couldn't be bothered doing custom fencing. This thing doesn't have a name either, so if you want to name this too, there's 3 rides in the park that don't have a name: the boomerang, the whatever this thing's called, and this hammer swing. So if you want to name any of those, be my guest. And then the go-karts. So I literally just finished doing this. I'm a little unsure about the foliage in the queue line. I might just go back and redo this, because I don't know. But I'm fine with it for now. It looks decent, but yeah. So the go-karts. I put lights on the roof, so there's 2 sets of lights. One right here, which will blast out right there, and one over here, which will blast out over there. Pretty simple. And then just go down this course. There's lights everywhere. These speakers will tell you to slow down if somebody is being an idiot and gets stuck. And then there's some dodging things. Then you turn around. There's some lights right here. You know, traffic lights, because why not? You need to have the course lit up, and you get really good views of the wing coaster from this. You go right up next to the barrel roll. You see the emblem right there. Yes, it looks awesome. I love it. So you go down this way. Down this way. It's a very simple go-karts. Then you go right up next to the boomerang, which looks pretty good. Now, these things are usually pretty barren when it comes to landscaping, so I put a little bit of foliage in there. The one at Great Adventure has literally just a couple trees, and that's it. I just want to have a couple bushes, just to, like, you know, break it up a little bit. But it's not necessary, so. And the bushes are just massive. Like, holy cow, these things are huge. Yeah, it's because Planko scale is absolutely gigantic. So, yeah. Now, this area has a striking resemblance to the entrance area of Manor Park, minus the boomerang and the actual buildings, but like the architecture style, I did use this for Manor Park. But I feel no shame in reusing it because it looks nice. But the only difference is I use the small pillars instead of the big ones, because I think the small pillars fit better. But yes. Now, the park is nearly done. It's just this gap, which next week, you can see what we're doing. Well, I'm going to try to do a dark ride. I've never done a dark ride before. Don't really know how to do dark rides. I'm going to have to do tons of research, make up a story, and then figure it out. But it's going to be like, sort of like, I guess, Curse of Alton Manor at Alton Towers. Sort of like that. It's going to be like a generic dark ride theme. You know, I will have to do a ton of research for this because I know nothing about dark rides. But yeah, I'm using the Huntsman one, I think it's called. It's just this one. I could actually do something similar to Curse of Dark Castle. That was actually a really good one. I really remember that. I don't really remember it, but I do remember really enjoying it. I actually might do that. That's a lot better. I don't really remember much of it because it's not there anymore, but like, I do remember riding it, and I remember it being really fun. Yeah. But yeah, so it's gonna have a load and unload station, which as you can see right there. And yes, so that's also the reason why I haven't done anything over here yet. I just want to, because the Dark Horse is going to come over here. We're going to have a coaster right here, and then the finale coaster will be in this spot, which is going to ruin the sightline a little bit. It's going to mess with it a little bit, but it's going to look absolutely crazy with Festus voice, I think. I have tested it a little bit, you know, just plopping down a blueprint of a real life ride, but that's all you're getting. I've tested it. It works. I'm going to have to do a custom layout though, because this is a really weird small plot. So, yeah. Only 3 more episodes of me actually building, and then we're done this park. Which, look how giant it is. It's just crazy. But yeah, thanks for watching, people on the internet. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more weekly videos. Not twice a week now, unfortunately. But yeah, thanks for please like, comment, subscribe. Every little bit helps. And come back next week for the dark ride. So, yeah, let's see a POV of the coaster.